Gute Komponisten, die borgen immer Melodien aus. Aber geniale Komponisten, die klauen die Melodien. Sie klauen sie. Oder? Und das finde ich das Grandiose, dass das geklaut wird, übereinander geklebt wird, verschachtelt und in einem Baukastenprinzip zu ganz neuen Welten führt.
Petrushka's leitmotif, as well as other melodies in this orchestral burlesque, show Stravinsky already a century ago sampling existing music, thus developing a completely new tonal language, albeit one less personal than Schönberg's, in which every single note is born of the composer himself.
Und er nimmt es in seine Welt hinein, er nimmt es auf diesen Jahrmarkt eigentlich der Gefühle, auf diesen Jahrmarkt eigentlich der ganz vielen Dinge, die übereinander kommen, die uns alle irgendwie dann auch als Menschen vielleicht überfordern.
So what did Schönberg say about Petrushka? Surely the obsessive manipulator of tone would appreciate being overwhelmed. 16 years later, he wrote in his diary, "I am always ready to praise Stravinsky when I like what he does. I am always delighted when I can like something, because I do not like being malicious. However, I still believe that this work is nothing, even though I did enjoy Petrushka somewhat, and parts of it very much." So whose music was more expressive or introspective? Which of the two was heavier or lighter, faster or slower? Would Igor or Arnold make the running in the modern world? At this time when everything was coming to a head, and did either of them ever lose his way? Superficially, Stravinsky seems to win the day. He was by far the most photographed composer of the 20th century. Schönberg was no match for that. The same with women. Stravinsky had affairs with women like Coco Chanel, while Schönberg was only ever the one cheated on. Yet Schönberg gathered thousands of pupils around him, and his textbooks still assure his presence on every university course today. In the fateful year of 1913, on the eve of World War II, both composers experienced historic scandals in the concert hall. In March, it was Schönberg, whose free-tonal chamber symphony, a single movement of brevity tightened to bursting point, stumped the Viennese musical world. In May, Stravinsky was booed out of the Théâtre des Champs-Élysées in Paris for his Rite of Spring. The middle-class audience felt attacked by the outlandish music and vulgar, anarchic twitchings of the dancers, and responded with rage and incomprehension.
Something does break in the early 20th century where audiences have much more difficulty following the spirit of progress. And so it becomes to seem something threatening, especially in the case of Schönberg, because it seemed as though it was moving forward and crushing, like an army on the march, the world that they already knew. This is, I think, a persistent problem because it's an unusual mentality, I think, in music. There's much less of this fear of the new in the world of the visual arts.
Stravinsky tackled this situation with more aplomb than Schönberg. The First World War would also disrupt him less than the Viennese composer. While Schönberg accepted conscription into the army, building weapons and campaigning for the German cause, Stravinsky remained on neutral Swiss soil, writing music about the war or clarinet pieces like this.